Hey, what's going on YouTube? Here we are again, and no, we're not finna watch Descendants 3 just yet, but we will watch it though. We will watch it. Not just yet, because I know y'all seeing us in this setting where we've been watching the first two movies, and like, wait a second, that's not what the title of the video I clicked on is, but he's in this thing. Now we just finished recording I'm recording this right after we just watched Descendants 2, so pretty much just decided we would shoot this video right here. Got everything still set up and played. We figured we'd just go on and shoot this too. Matter of fact, this is the same the day that we're recording this video is also, like, say, directly after Descendants 2. So both these videos are being shot in the same day. However, of course, you're seeing this probably like a day or two after the uploading of Descendants 2. So, yeah, being uploaded different than than how it's being shot there, because of, like I say, gotta give the hotspot a break when using the Wi-Fi and stuff to go online to make these as well as upload and all that. So yeah. Also, other things got to be done too. So outside of this, so yep. So enough little rambling. Today I want to talk. Figure it's been a while. It's been a while since I've done this, but today we're going to go into the history of Digimon Season 2, 2000 to 2001. Yeah. So history of Digimon Season 2 back during that time. And role playing it, yes. Yeah, there's definitely just like with season 1, just checking something while I'm talking here. Just like with season 1, there's definitely a lot to say on the matter of this. Oh, there we are. Yeah, okay. Wait. Oh, okay. I'm looking. Okay, so I'm looking at this wrong here. I think, oh, wait, okay, Okay, now you're probably like, wait a second, didn't he do Digimon Season 2 already? Okay. I'm sorry, kind of goofed there. Okay, so this is going to be history of Digimon Season 3. Of course, you're seeing it on the thumbnail and everything, but yeah, history of Season 3. Like I say, it's been so long since I've done this history video. That's why I should have done that before I started recording. So that's a goof you just saw me do right here in recording. So sorry about that. Before we go into this, definitely like what you're about to hear, even the goof. Like, share, subscribe, share with your friends, and also make sure you get some our available comic books, which include Star Striker, Brown Chronicles, Dora, Bubbalina, and also Yamigo. So definitely do that. And of course, just like with my Descendants recording, you see we got Brownie here again. That's another reason why I decided to do this video right after recording Descendants 2, because got him already in here, and Brownie was a part of course, my history of Digimon. Of course, as I mentioned in the first video, he did not have this body. He had a different body, which was smaller. If you want to see what that looked like, make sure, definitely, if you hadn't seen it already, check out my history of Digimon Adventure, 1999 through 2001, which includes the first two seasons, because there really wasn't much that I did with season 1, but more so with season 2. So yeah, definitely check that out. Well, actually, oh wait, nah, actually, it was a different version. We're gonna get to the version that he was in. I know he was in my history of Digiranger. Now Brownie was part of the regular Digimon, but not back in the day when I did it. Not back in 1999 to 2001, or the one I'm about to say now. It was actually when I went back as an adult, during my, probably like between 18 to 21, something like that, and was redoing in my mind how my Digimon adventures were if Brownie was a Digimon in it, which kind of led to the creation of DigiRanger too. So, yeah. So no, it wasn't that, but since he's here, he gets to share in hearing about it. So, sit you back down here. Well, stand you up there. That's. I'm just gonna close that there. Y'all can see. Yeah. Probably. Yep. So anyway, let me. Oh, that's right. So anyway, starting 2001 to 2002. This was the era of Digimon Tamers. Yes, it was quite a big shift from what you got in seasons 1 and 2. Seasons 1 and 2 obviously were connected with each other in the same universe, with some time between the two seasons. However, Digimon Tamers went to a whole different universe. One thing I definitely got to say, when I got into Digimon Tamers, I actually went into it thinking that it was still connected with the first two seasons. So a lot of things confused me when I first started watching it. I was like, wait, okay, so what's going on here? I was thinking that maybe the Tamers, Takato, Rika, and Henry, I was thinking that maybe they were the children of some of the Digidestined, because season 2 ended on the note that all the Digidestined were grown and had kids and everything. Both the Digidestined of season 1 and 2 casts were living lives. Their Digimon was now residing with them, I guess, in both the real and the digital world. Even their kids had Digimon. Pretty much Digimon was just part of the world now. So I was kind of wondering why things were so different when Tamers started, and it really made it more confusing with the voice actors, because a lot of the voice actors sounded like some of the cast from the previous seasons, like the teacher that Takato has sounded just like Kari, and we all know Kari, her big thing was she wanted to be a school teacher when she grew up, and that's what she became. I think if I'm not mistaken, possibly Takato's mom, I think somewhat sounded like Yoli a little bit, or just maybe made me think of Yoli. There is a character in Digimon Tamers that has the voice of Yoli, the voice actors for Yoli, which is one of the ladies from the Hypnos building. And also the other lady is voiced by the actress that played Cody in season 2. I thought I heard my phone. There was something outside. But anyway, yeah, I was pretty confused by all this, and it took a pretty good while before I realized this was just a different universe, and that was just how it was. So, upon realizing, as I was getting close to realizing that, I saw like the first 2 episodes of it, when it was, advertised, and like talking about, new Digimon and all that. And then episode 2 ends where, Renamon surprised Guilmon with a surprise attack. Guilmon was curled up against the fence, then Riko's like, what a lousy fighter. But a fight's a fight. And first thing came to my mind, I was like, wait a minute, why would she be attacking Takato? They both got partner Digimon. Shouldn't they be on the same side? Then my weird mind thought that maybe she was going to be the villain, like the Digimon Emperor was, how Ken, when he was the Digimon Emperor. I'm like, oh dear, we're going to have another one of these, huh? And ironic, because they call her the Digimon Queen because of how good she is with the card game. However, that was not the case, being that this, the way this universe worked, as I eventually learned, and the more, watching it the first time, and even watching it coming back to it as an adult, that, this was, they watched Digimon on TV as a TV show. That was another thing that confused me. I was like, so the Digidestined grew up and made their adventures into a TV show now? Like, Yeah, but yeah, it's so it's not it's the universe where pretty much like if Digimon took place in our real world and watched the first two seasons the same way we do. So yep. So yeah, you had Takato. Gilmon was born because of him, his imagination, drawings and stuff like that, and then he ended up getting the D power, which they have, or the D arc that brought Gilmon to life with the data and everything. Rika got Renamon because she wanted the strongest Digimon ever. Just a strong Digimon in general. You're looking for such. I heard you were looking for a powerful Digimon, and I know what it was. Renamon said, "I've been searching for a powerful tamer, and you are the one. It's no accident that we're a team. Share your strength with me, Rika, and we could be unstoppable." Oh, yep, there was that. Henry gets Terriermon from a video when he comes to life due to a video game that he got from his dad. Digimon game, like what we play here in real life as well. The thing that he was swiping the cards through, hooked up to the game, turned into a D power and brought him here. And because of that, he did not want Terriermon to ever fight because he was afraid of him getting hurt, like the way he did in the game by Gorillamon, as well as Terriermon also losing control of himself when he digivolves to Gargomon there, and becoming kind of savage there. That's kind of another thing with this season 2. The Digimon is not exactly straight cut good and evil like the first two seasons. It's more of survival of the fittest, like nature, which is why a lot of the Digimon are savage as they are at times. Yeah. So, and as far as like friendship and stuff like that, they're being that their programming was to pretty much be like actual animals and stuff. They're learning how to be other than that and actually, have feelings and emotions and stuff. So, as pointed out by another reviewer, but I can't hardly pronounce his name. Billiam. I'll probably try to. I'll try to remember to put links to his reviews of the Digimon franchise from seasons 1 to 3 in the description box. So yeah, that was the concept of how this series was. Now, how I interacted with this series, well, at that time I just pretty much placed myself in it. I sort of negated what I had went through in the first two seasons. They're just, okay, I'm just part of season 3 now. After seeing more of the, more episodes and stuff like that, and realizing that Rika was not really evil or anything, just really competitive and wanting to be the best, I actually kind of fell in love with Rika back then. Remember, I was in the 8th grade though back then. So yeah, back then, yes, I did, and that was my crush from the show. I'm not sure if I mentioned in the last video, but Yoli was my crush from season 2, of course. Yeah, although at the time when Digimon season 1 and 2 was first out, I was also watching Pokemon at that time, and my crush was Misty, and I just sort of was kind of still crushing on Misty even as I was watching season 1 and 2 of Digimon. But yeah, but there's another history video I have to share about the whole thing with Yoli though. Yeah, so back with Tamers, it was crush with me and Rika, and yeah, we in my imagination we were boyfriend and girlfriend. Also in my imagination, when the show first started, I had this thing of when series would be advertised and first coming out. Before they started, I would a lot of time be imagining what I thought the show was going to be like. And matter of fact, there was even a game, just like how there was this online game of the Digimon movie and stuff for Digimon Tamers, when it first came out, there was an online game for it as well. And the game involved Takato going around, him and Gilmon having to rescue the Digimon partners of Henry and Rika from this evil master that had a secret device. Turns out the evil master was Myotismon, which was, I guess, they just probably randomly put that in there for the game. Like I said, this came out before when the series was first being promoted. This was their way of promoting the new season there. So, yeah, sort of like with the Beast Wars toys, how a lot of them looked a little different being made before the show aired there. So, with that knowledge there, going into the show, I was still imagining Agumon as my Digimon partner, along with Pikachu at the side, going into this. And when the theme song would play, like Digimon, digital monsters, Digimon's all the champion, change into, and then go into Digivolve into champions, Digimodify. This is what my thinking went to. When they show like Guilmon, Terriermon, and Renamon's different Digivolve forms, now, okay, normally, yes, it's originally Rookie, Champion, Ultimate, and Mega. I thought that it was Rookie, Champion, Armor, and Modify. This is me going from Season 2's understanding, because, see, Season 2 had the Armor Digivolving thing, so that's what I thought, like Champion and Armor level. And I thought that Modify was a new form of Digivolution for the show. For this season, yeah, that's what I thought. So I imagine Agumon being able to modify Digivolve into this tank-like form. Imagine mixed Greymon with a tank. I think I just randomly called him Miyamon or something like that. It may have been something else. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. And unlike season 2, season 2 was out. That was my first Digivice that I got, was the season 2 D3s, and also I even got the D Terminal. Those were the first Digivices I ever got, because by the time I got into Digimon and was watching reruns of season 1, season 2 was not too far behind. So yeah, that was the first Digivice I was exposed that I actually got, being, imagining myself in the series as well. Even to the point of somebody asking me where I got my Digivice from, and instead of saying, well, I got it from Walmart, I was so into my imagination. I was like, I quoted Davis's line saying, I got this thing when it came out of the computer. Yeah, so with Tamers, I did not get a D-Arc. I never did get a D-Arc. I think I did probably want one, but I never thought to get it. So yeah, instead I did get some Digimon cards though, to do the to pretend like I was doing Digimodify with, the Modify cards. And instead of having a the D-Power, I had this little keychain thing called a Z-Touch. I don't know if y'all probably never heard about this. It was something. It's kind of one of those knockoff toys there that you find at places like Family Dollar or anything similar to Family Dollar. Like we had stores like Bill's and stuff like that. So yeah, one of them things. Or you could possibly find it at Walmart, but yeah, again, it was one of them knockoff type of toys there. I got quite a bit of those growing up, along with official toys. So, so trust me, I know a thing or two about that. So the Z-Touch, yeah, I forgot what the Z-Touch really does there. I kind of forgot what it does because it's been so long. But I would used to pretend like I was swiping my cards on it like it was a D-Power, like in the show, with their actual Digivices, like Digimodify and stuff like that. So I started off just, okay, Akuma's my partner Digimon for Tamers, but then I really liked Terriermon in the show, So you know how they trade. You know how in Pokemon they do trades and stuff like that. Well, I imagine being able to trade Digimon for some reason. Don't ask. So I imagine that I had traded with Henry Agumon for Terriermon, which, yeah, like I said, looking back on that, I didn't think of it this way back then, but looking back on it, I don't think Henry would have been so cool with that then, or any of the kids in Digimon with their partner Digimon, because like I say, this isn't Pokemon. This is very different from Pokemon. So yeah, but so I imagine myself a Terriermon, and yeah, I would write little things in my different journals about this. Matter of fact, I got into a website online called the Rika and Renamon Shrine, which later we found out who was I found out who was over the site, who was over that website. I forgot her real name, but her AOL name back then was Angel Digikari. At least that's what when I sometimes when she talked to me in high school, both me and Casey. Matter of fact, we did some role plays, all three of us together. Matter of fact, some of the role involving Yu-Gi-Oh. Like, well, what if Yu-Gi and the gang got married? Like different ones of them married, like say Yu-Gi and Taya, for example. Except in our case, my character obviously married Taya, and Angel Digikari, her character was married to I think Yami. I think they had Yami and Yugi as two different people, sort of like in a fan fiction where it was Christmas and stuff like that. So yeah, we did. That was probably the last time I talked with her. However, first time with the Rika and Renamon Shrine. Going back to that. Whenever I would go to the website, there would be the music that was playing. There was do 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 do, which I did not know that back then, but later I found out that was actually the first Japanese closing of Digimon Adventure 2 that was playing on the website there. So yeah, that was that. There was a lot of stuff about Rika and Renamon and some of the others, but mostly Rika and Renamon because it's a shrine, to them. And back then she actually talked to me as if she was Rika. That kind of fit into my imagination more. And I'll tell you another thing that fit into my imagination a lot was another website, Pojo.com. I don't know if this still exists. I might check to see if it does, just to see. But Pojo.com, they had a lot of stuff involving Digimon, and the guy that was over that site, I actually talked with him. I guess he just calls himself Pojo. I don't know if that's his real name, but it says Pojo, it's like .com. So we talked a few times through his website, and there was one point he said, well, how would you like a real Digimon? I was like, yeah, sure. And he's like, and he mentioned about making Terriermon real. I actually believed he was going to do this too. I was like, because of course I'm in the 8th grade with a highly active imagination. I still got a highly active imagination, but yeah, it was, let's just say, yeah, in a sense, it was more active to the point where some of the stuff I imagined I thought was real. So yeah, in that state, yeah, I was like, okay, yeah, I would like a real Digimon. So he mentioned about making Terriermon real, and he was like, would you be able to handle him if he warped Digivolve to Mega Gargomon? I was like, yeah, come on. So then we're talking, we're instant messaging each other, and it's like, it's raining. First thing I'm thinking, that first episode of Digimon when it was raining and Takato saw that fight between Renamon and Lynxmon, and I was like, okay, what? First thing I'm thinking, okay, Terriermon about to show up any minute. And then he dropped the bucket saying, you do realize that this is just a TV show. I was like, seriously? And I mean, okay, yes, he is telling the truth, but yeah, back then I did not take that so well because, like I say, I was really believing that Digimon things like that were real. So similar to how my wife, growing up, believed that mermaids were real. And can you really blame her? I mean, she's practically a mermaid herself, metaphorically speaking. But yeah, but yeah, I was kind of ticked, and I don't think I ever talked with Pojo after that. So going with the series now, yeah, into my imagination that I believe was real. There were some stories in my journal outside the episodes, and mentioned about just kind of doing different things around the house and stuff, hanging out, making jokes and stuff, and also having random Digimon fights. Had Digimon biomerge like Edamon in my grandma's backyard. Where my wife's beautician is at, there was a biomergence of a Digimon called Raremon. That kind of sludge monster looking guy from season 1 with the breath of decay. Yeah, it was that fight, and even a fight with Diaboromon of all things. 'Cause I had not seen the Digimon movie back then when it came out. I knew about it, and I saw commercials of it, and even played the online game Revenge of Diaboromon. But I had never. But the first time I got to see the Digimon movie was when I was in high school and got a VHS copy of it there. And probably good that I didn't see it until after I had, seen Tamers there, because a lot with the internet stuff and then like the beginning with the zeros and ones, I probably I know they did show that in the world of Data at the end of season 1 with Apocalypse, but that wasn't it was the world of Data, but it wasn't exactly the digital world completely, so it was kind of different there. Imagine us in different random things, even going in books that I read, sort of like how Orson from Garfield and Friends would be imagining different books that he read come to life, and it literally would come alive there. Like the Three Musketeers book, another I can't think of the name of it there, but it was another book that I was reading for class. Imagine ourselves in it. I think it involved going to China or something like that. So yeah, that was quite a bit of things that I imagined. And this was before, and I imagined this before they got to, biomerge Digivolution for the mega levels. Imagine Terriermon just warp Digivolving to, of course, Mega Gargomon. I actually had looked up online and saw that the Japanese version went by Saint Gargomon, and wrote that in my journal. There was when he did the warp Digivolve once, there was a short while that I imagined a villain for my Tamer adventures, Lester from the Big Mama's House movie, and he even says, "Oh, it's Lester from the Big Mama's House movie." Yeah, and somehow he was creating evil Digimon for some reason. Don't ask. Then more and more into it. Let's see, we got a friend of mine from middle school, just gonna say Judy, who there's actually gonna be a character now, probably based off her and Yumiko. But anyway, she was from my piano class, and Judy, I imagine her having a Digimon called oh, that's right. I imagine her with Calamon as her partner. Yeah, I did not realize. I knew Calamon had something to do with the Digivolution, but I did not realize that, yeah, he that was just it. He was pretty much a vessel for Digivolution itself. So he didn't really Digivolve himself. He just Digivolved other Digimon. But yeah, back then I imagine him being partnered up with Judy. Even made up an attack form called Red Caliangle, shooting a laser from the triangle in his head. And I imagine him Digivolving, his Digivolve forms I imagine was Champion level Mysterymon, which was like an angel like Angemon. And then Holymon, which was like an angel with some cybernetic armor on him. So ironic that I would say Holymon because Magna Angemon from seasons 1 and 2 in the Japanese version is called Holy Angemon, and they changed it to Magna Angemon. And then the Mega level, I imagine Michaelmon, like the Archangel Michael. So there was that. And of course we know Terriermon's forms, Gargomon, Rapidmon, and Mega Gargamon or Saint Gargamon. Henry, like I mentioned, Henry had Agumon, so it was pretty much, Greymon, Metal Greymon, and War Greymon. Impmon, now, after a while of seeing him in the show, I imagine him getting a tamer, not aware that he had tamers and there was a whole different story going on with him throughout the series. But I imagine him having a tamer, which was someone from my old church back in New Bethlehem, one of the ministers there. Oh boy. Minister Ware as his tamer. So get this, you got Takano, Rika, Henry, me, Judy, and Minister Ware, the adult on the team, with a Digimon partner. And Impmon, I imagine his Digivolve forms, that's before, he went to the Digital World and he warped Digivolve to Beelzemon. I imagine his Digivolve forms being Kilomon, which that's going to come up in another history video, that name. Kilomon, which was sort of, I guess, a robotic knight or something. I'm not sure how exactly I imagine him with that. And I'm trying to think I can't think what I imagine his ultimate and mega level was. I'm not completely sure. But anyway, yeah, I did imagine stuff like that. And there was even when they had the Saga of the Devas, when Himeramon showed up, and then they did the whole Saga of the Devas, their names are written in the stars. What are the Devas in the Sanskrit writing? The Devas were a band of, there was, in the Sanskrit writing, there was a band of powerful spirits known as the Devas, the Chinese zodiac. So, yeah, and you're going to really think this is weird, but I actually thought the Chinese zodiac was a mystic sword that was able to identify the Devas for some reason, and I imagine Judy with the Chinese zodiac sword. Is that a Deva? Let me analyze it. Wow, 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 wow. Yeah. However, I imagined another set of Devas other than the ones that were actually in the show as the Dark Devas. I don't exactly remember all of the Dark Devas, but I think one of them was supposed to be Zoda from the Star Tropics game that I actually did imagine back in season 2 once. Then there was one known as Gargoylemon, another one of those armor level Digimon that they had a lot of in season 3, which there was actually 2 of them. And I imagine me and Terriermon walking home from school and 2 of the Gargoylemons perched up on the roof of the school in stone form, like the gargoyles in the TV show Gargoyles from Disney, and Terriermon digivolving to straight to Gargomon and the Rapidmon to blast the 2 of them in stone form, but then they come back and chase after us, really upset about that. Go figure. And then, of course, I actually had a story wrote, but I never did finish it. Part of my unfinished stories, where I imagined the 12th and final Dark Deva, Venom Daemon, which was supposed to be like a mega armor form of Daemon from season 2, from the Digi-Egg of Hate and Fear. I think of Darkness and Hate or something like that. Yeah. So, and his body was, you could actually see his head, arms, and legs, but all his body was composed of nothing but pure darkness itself, like the dark void that he appears in the story. In the story, it was Thanksgiving, and all of us, the Tamers, were having Thanksgiving dinner, and Rika was introducing Renamon to her family, sort of like she did before they went to the digital world after after the Pig Deva had attacked, and and just as she introduced Renamon to her family, Venom Daemon sent a messenger out that came up where Rika was at, Lady Devamon, and Renamon fought against Lady Devamon. She digivolved to Cubimon, but she still wasn't strong enough to face Lady Devamon until Judy and Calamon show up, digivolve to Mysterymon, and then, just like how they had DNA digivolving with season 2, Cubimon and Mysterymon DNA digivolves to Wisemon. Again, don't ask. And Wisemon defeats Lady Devamon and tells them that the 12th Deva is coming. The next day after Thanksgiving, I guess while everybody's doing their Black Friday shopping, a bioemergence occurs, and the digital field is pure darkness itself. All of us go in there to face the Deva, and it's Venom Daemon, of course. And yeah, the battle does not go in our favor, and it leads to a reference from season 1 when the Digidestined got turned into Data, but then they came back. Well, it happens to Takato. Him and Gilmon, who's digivolved to Growlmon at the moment, both him and Growlmon get crushed by Venom Daemon, literally crushed, his attack called Evil Crusher, and they're turned into dust. Takato and Gilmon reform in the world of Data, and Gilmon tells them, let's not give up, this is not the end, and shows them 6 red cards. Again, I mentioned that I did not know about that they had not got to the biomerging at the time. I imagined this biomerging had not been introduced yet, so I did not know that was the new way of doing Mega Evolution. I thought it was just like Warp Digivolve like the previous seasons, and since they were using a blue card to go to Ultimate level, I thought, okay, well maybe a red card makes them go to Mega level. Ironic, because they do use a red card in the finale of Tamers, but it's not for evolution though. It was for them to get inside the D-Reaper and stay in their Mega forms there. So yeah, swipe the Mega card, Gilmon Warp Digivolves to Gallantmon. All the others get their red cards and go to their Mega levels and defeat Venom Daemon, of course. Then, of course, you got the original Devas that were in the show coming now. And I no longer was imagining Minister Wearing Impmon in this. I'm not sure. But in their place, I imagined a friend of mine, Sal. I'll just call her Sal. Her with a Digimon called Teddymon, which was like a teddy bear Digimon, obviously. And Digivolve forms of Teddymon, champion level was Bigmon, where like how Gargomon had those the Gargo laser cannons there. Bigmon just had is there cannons on his arms, but they're different kind of cannons there. And then ultimate level was Gundamon, pretty much a reference to Gundam. and not sure what the mega level was exactly. I guess War Gundamon, I'm not sure. But yeah, there was that. And so yeah, imagine a lot of that there. Trying to think what else had going. Yeah, I think that was pretty much it there with what I imagine Tamers outside of, you know, how the episodes played on their own. Outside of that, there was a point when I was role playing with Casey that I did imagine another, like a prequel to Tamers, my own prequel to Tamers, where in the prequel, I guess I kind of revamped it a little bit. I had Terriamon came to life, and I met him when I was 2 years old, and we hung out like that. And then you have 3-year-old Casey's character with her partner Vmon, because she said if she was in Tamers, Vmon would be her partner. That's what she said back then. I don't know what she would say, if she would still say the same thing now, but that's what she said back then. Vmon would be her partner. And instead, unlike season 2 where Vmon digivolves to X-Vmon and then has to do the DNA evolutions and stuff, Vmon would digivolve to another form that I actually had seen back then in in the D terminal I had, Vidramon. And then of course then you have Arrow Vidramon and Alforce Vidramon. Yep, so yeah, that was that. That was the only other thing I imagined with that little prequel was just Yamaki showing up, finding out about Terriamon, and taking him away. Yeah, that was pretty much it on that there. Because everything else, especially that involved me looking back on Tamers, role playing with Casey, had of course Brownymon in it. But that's going to be saved for another video. Yeah, I think that was pretty much. Yeah, I think that was pretty much all I imagined with that, especially involving Terriamon during that time period. Oh, and also there was Digimon Toys of Dairy Queen, which Jessie Aku mentioned when she did a team up review with the Nostalgia Critic about it there, and I gotta be honest with my feelings toward that review. I understand the critic. I understand his part of the review because, of course, like he said, he made it clear that he was not really big into Pokemon and didn't really get that much into Digimon. He's like, I can't. Nate, what? Why do you want me to do this? I didn't even like Pokemon when it came out. Now, I was in college when Digimon came out. So, yeah, I understand him bad-mouthing it because, like I say, he hated it. And, well, now he kind of likes Pokemon a little bit because of Detective Pikachu. But, yeah, and before Detective Pikachu, yeah, he didn't like either one, Pokemon or Digimon. Oh, I understand that. And yeah, that's expected. He would probably bash it. But I really was surprised with Jessie Aku's part of the review, being that she is a Digimon fan and is clearly stated on her channel. Yeah, because she did I've seen a few videos of her which involve Digimon, and yet she did not give the Digimon movie a very good positive feed there. Well, okay, she said a few good things about the movie, but yeah, she did not. She just said it was not. In her perspective, that it wasn't that good, which I kind of was expecting her to like it, being a Digimon fan, but wow, that was surprising. So yeah, but yeah, I almost forgot what I was about to say. But yeah, yeah, like I said, that was pretty much. Oh yeah, the toys at Dairy Queen. Okay, yeah, because Jessie Aku mentioned that in her review when the critic made a little joke saying, "You can find these toys in your McDonald's Happy Meal," and she said, "Actually, I think Dairy Queen had the toys to Digimon," and you notice, and you're not incredibly ashamed by it. which I say, okay, critic, I get you don't like Digimon, but do you really? You gotta shame somebody else for liking it? Yeah, if she likes it, then there's no reason for her to feel shame. Anyway, just wanted to point that out. So yeah, the Digimon toys at Dairy Queen, and of course, you know I went and got some with the Dairy Queen kid meals. I got Gilmon, Terriermon, of course, Impmon, and they also had Gatomon and Patamon for some reason, even though Gatomon and Patamon are not part of Tamers. Because it was during the Tamers when they put the toys out, so I'm surprising that they would have those two and not a Renamon plushie at all. That was kind of odd there. Or even Galamon, you know. But yeah, but I did end up getting Gatomon though. Patamon was the only one I wasn't able to get there because, like I said, I could only, and to say, be in 8th grade and no job and then only go there when Mama takes me by there, to get a kitty meal. So yeah, yeah, I remember I used to imagine different things with my Digimon plushies as well. I have to admit there was a time I would imagine them fighting my ceiling fan for some reason, and I called it Fanmon. Now, surprisingly, the plushies did not get damaged. They did not. They stayed in one piece. And they were, matter of fact, I actually could put them in the water, and I found that out kind of by accident because I accidentally dropped one of them in the water once, and it didn't hurt them. I just had to wait for them to dry, and they were fine. Matter of fact, they were nice and clean, and water did not hurt their material at all. But also, yeah, doing my Fanmon adventures, throwing them up against the fan like they were going up to fight the fan, and I had the fan on too, and it would hit them across the room there. Yeah, not like I said, they were still in mint condition. Now they didn't break or anything, but I really regret that I did that there. And one thing I definitely advise to our future children and any kids that might be watching my videos or is being shared with, don't do this to your toys. Don't do stuff like this to your toys of being rough. Like I say, I regretted that I did that there. Like I say, I just did things there, but don't do this to your toys. Yeah. So yeah, there was that. And I do remember bringing my Digimon plushies to school with me a few times, and sometimes even bringing Brownie in his old body with me to school sometime, as well as this was in high school, by the way, and even my Digivices sometime. Yeah, so of course my folks didn't know I was doing that because I managed to sneak them in my backpack. Yeah, so. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say on that there. My history of Digimon Tamers, 2001 to 2002. So, yep, that was, so the next history video that I do involving Digimon will more than likely be Frontier. There is a little something that I did in Digimon Frontier that I can recall. I'm not sure how much yet, but I will recall as much as I can for that next video. Which I think was 2003, I think 2004 when I got into it. So yeah, 2004 to 2005. I want to say, probably 2003 to 2004. So yeah, because they took a little bit of a hiatus between Tamers and Frontier. Yeah, so yeah, there'll be that, and also there was a Digimon season I came up with, I think before season 4 came out. I might put them both in the same video. Might possibly do that. Yeah, might possibly do that. I'll have to see. You'll find out when the video comes there. But for now, yeah, like I say, like, share, subscribe, buy our available comic books, as well as support us on Patreon. And we will see y'all in the next video. Take care, everybody. I'm gonna get something to eat and some more water. See you later.